In this episode, we will be exploring the role of the Catholic Church in the Crusades. The Crusades were a series of religious wars fought by Christians in Europe against Muslims in the Middle East during the 11th, 12th, and 13th centuries. The Catholic Church played a significant role in these wars, both in terms of their origins and their execution. To understand the Church's involvement in the Crusades, we first need to examine the religious and political climate of medieval Europe. At the time, the Church was the most powerful institution in Europe, and the Pope held significant political power. The Church also played a central role in the lives of most Europeans, as it was responsible for administering the sacraments and providing spiritual guidance. In the 11th century, the Catholic Church was faced with a growing threat from the Islamic world. Muslim armies had conquered much of the Middle East and North Africa, and they were threatening to invade Europe. The Church saw this as a grave danger, both to European Christians and to the Church itself. In response, Pope Urban II called for a holy war, or crusade, to retake the Holy Land from the Muslims. The First Crusade was launched in 1096, and it was a resounding success. Christian armies, inspired by the call to arms from the Pope, marched to the Holy Land and captured Jerusalem in 1099. The Church played a central role in organizing and promoting the crusade, and it also provided financial and material support to the armies. However, the Crusades quickly became more complicated than a simple religious war. The Crusaders often fought not only Muslims but also other Christians, particularly those they deemed to be heretics. The Church was also involved in the political machinations of the Crusades, using its influence to negotiate alliances and promote its own interests. One of the most significant examples of the Church's involvement in the Crusades was the creation of the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar were a military order founded in 1119 to protect Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. The order quickly became one of the most powerful institutions in Europe, with significant wealth and political power. The Church supported the Knights Templar, both financially and spiritually, and they became an essential part of the Crusades. However, the Church's involvement in the Crusades was not without controversy. Many Christians, including some members of the clergy, opposed the Crusades, arguing that violence was not a proper Christian response to the Muslim threat. Others criticized the Church for its role in the Crusades, arguing that it was more interested in expanding its own power and influence than in defending the faith. In conclusion, the Catholic Church played a significant role in the Crusades. The Church was responsible for initiating the Crusades, and it played a central role in organizing and promoting them. The Church was also involved in the political and military aspects of the Crusades, and it supported institutions like the Knights Templar. However, the Church's involvement in the Crusades was not without controversy, and many Christians opposed the use of violence in the name of religion.